H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is? It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live. I'm on the West Coast. Everybody else would be on the East Coast, and I guess in the Midwest. Or no, I'm talking about in Texas, and I'm sitting here, y'all, and I just wanted to, uh, y'all got to realize. Shout out to everybody. I mean, I just have so. Can y'all imagine? Uh, I want to get with some more people that even do stuff like this, because I want to know how you prepare. I got this system that I prepare and how I prepare, but I just, what they say, when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So I try to just stay ready. I try to just always reading. I'm always doing this. I'm always trying to figure things out. I just can't help it. That's just who I am. You feel it? Remember, some people, that's just the way they are. But it was some unique stuff that happened. I got to share with y'all today. Let me get that out of there. Let me see. Let's go. But shout out, because I didn't do it yesterday, and I'm gonna do it a couple of times a day. Don't forget to go by Frozen 2.0. Please don't. 47, Robert, I want you and Rosie to go by there. 4711 Cleburne. Some friends of mine went by there the other day, and they just they FaceTimed me from the golf course. And they said, Robert, the staff was great, the food was great. I took my wife and her friend. That's the kind of stuff I like to hear. So y'all, let me tell you something. It's just, I just want to hear praise reports, not necessarily praise reports, but I want to see that you went by a place that happened to be owned by people that look like us. You had a great time. You supported them, and we have to start being intentionally. When I tell y'all stuff like this, I don't bombard y'all. Shout out to Jasmine Crockett. I'll tell you later why I got her behind me, but sometimes we got to be intentional. We got to be intentional about sharing this show. We got to be intentional about telling people about the show. We got to be, because what's the use of just us, a few of us, just knowing this stuff? We ain't gonna move no needle. We got to get more people involved. We got to get more people, not for me, for them. I was just thinking about something, how great this show is and how great this platform is. Let me shout out to my starting five first. Shout out, you know what, Daryl Anderson, man, I'm gonna shout out to you, cause dude, you and your wife, y'all are on this show consistent. I don't know how you learned about this show, but ever since you been a member of the Boom Boom Room, man, you are one of the first one always to be. Let me shout out to you today, brother. Shout out to you, Tyrone Caldwell. Every time I see your name, because sometimes you'll disappear on me. I don't see you for a while. But shout out to you, Casey Small. I see your name sometimes. I don't know you yet, but we got to you got to comment more. We got to come. Tyrone has commented more. Let's comment more so I can know who I'm talking to. Y'all got to realize this is a relationship. It's not a toxic relationship. Well, I just give and give. Y'all got to give some too. Bring a brick. Herb used that metaphor yesterday. The other day. He talking about, man, I'm just trying to bring a brick, and all the brick just mean bring something to the show, bring something to the platform, bring something to the bring something so all of us can learn. Cause Casey Small, you know some stuff that don't none of us know. Tyrone Caldwell, you know some stuff that don't none of us know, and we need to know. Sterling Crease, Tanya Kimber, you know some stuff. You know some people I know. You had me, he called me, had me laughing. Sterling Crease, Robert Young, you got some things that's why Ricky Scott, happy baby Friday. Someone, he said, everyone check and make sure your voter's registration is valid. They cheating as we speak. I even had somebody come on here the other day because I was talking about Paxson and hope he's on the feed. I don't remember who it is. See, y'all got to realize, I would talk about your comment. I ain't talking about you. I'm thinking about your comment. I don't know who made the comment. It might have been Jay Jackson. Might have been Jay Jackson. Because I was just talking about how Kim Paxton and Greg Abbott had purged these voter rolls right before the election. You usually do that in the off year. And he come tell me, well, a lot of people that died in Texas. You know how many people died? Dude, they ain't doing that about nobody dying and all of that. They come on, man. This Kim Paxton and Greg Abbott. You usually do this stuff in an off year. Jay Jackson. Yeah, oh, that's Jay Jackson. Jay Jackson, I found out you usually do this in an off year. You don't do this right before no election. Because you might make a mistake and then people got to re-register. 1 million people? Come on, Jay. But it's okay. It's okay. But don't forget, Otha Brown, I need you to go by Frozen. Jay Jackson, I need you to go by Frozen 2.0 in Third Ward. D. Holcomb, I need you to go by Ricky Scott. I don't care where you at when you come to Houston. Tanya Kimber, Sterling Creeks, I need you to go by there. Daryl Anderson, I can't believe you and Tony ain't been by there yet. Y'all, when I talk about somebody and their business on this show, it's for a reason. I want y'all to be intentional about supporting them. Don't just, I'll go over there when I get ready. No, go now. Go now. Go now. We got that. We just procrastinate so much. Go now. Let's see. What else I got? Share the show, everybody, because I got some stuff for you. You know, I was watching one of my favorite people in the world that's on TV. I haven't met her that's on the radio, named Karen Hunter. I think she's one of the most, she has helped guide me. She don't even know, but she has helped guide me through this space. Learn about her after I learned about Joe Madison. Then I got hooked up with Karen Hunter. And on her show yesterday, see, and the reason y'all, if you ever listen to those people and you watch, and you'll understand how I don't try to be harsh. I try to protect the entity because the entity is innocent. And I know some people out here just come out here to just to troll this people. Y'all don't understand. This people don't like us being able. They don't like me telling y'all the truth. Y'all already know that. People don't like this. Y'all done probably, some of y'all are on this show right now, but it ain't showing up because you don't want your friends to know you're watching the show because, you know, you don't like Jimmy or you don't like me. But that's all right. I just want you to get the information. I don't care if you like me or not. Listen, I got enough friends. I don't need no more friends. You know, I got enough friends. And, you know, just by just researching and learning, I'm just understanding. I would never know that I would have something in common with Plies, this rapper. I don't like rap, and I don't even know none of his songs, but he got some common sense views that I promise you, y'all, when I see the stuff, some of the stuff that he be saying, I have said it already on, and I'm seeing stuff that people are tweeting around that I've talked about on this show. That's why I need y'all to share this show. Ray Moore, I don't know why 1 million people in Memphis don't know about this show. They should know about this show in Memphis. Otha Brown, the people in your sphere of influence, they should know about this show. And let them know. Hey, don't come on there with no bullshit because he gonna get on your ass now. Let them know, Jay Jackson. Let them know, Ricky Scott. Because them same people, all the old bougie, if you're real now, come on, man. If I can see not necessarily my life, but me being on this show, I have to this thing be played out in real time. Y'all got to understand, this is not a podcast. This is an actual live show in front of live people. Podcast. Y'all know what podcast? That means I can just tape this. Y'all can't comment. I can just go tape it and go back and edit it and go back and then it's a live show. So everything come out of my mouth is live. Some of the things that come out, I wish I had back. But it's live. And I'm human. And I got emotions just like y'all over there. Y'all typing y'all emotions. I'm saying mine. But it was a woman listening on Karen's show. It's a white woman. She listened for 10 minutes and called into the show. Her first time ever listening. And she admitted, I'm usually listening to the conservative radio station. The rush, you know, them people on the other end of the dial. But she said, I just decided to come on this stuff. And it's so divisive. You're talking about the Karens and you're talking about melanin. And Karen Hunter told into her aunts, A-Z-Z. She said, you just listen to this show. See, some people just come on here. Some people gonna come on like Brandon Weefall. He just came on, right? He ain't gonna know what we've been talking about. All I ask y'all to do to be smart enough to listen and feel the conversation out first before you call in and comment. Feel the situation out. And she come in there and then she came back later when Karen kind of read her. Then you found out she was really full of crap. Y'all understand, a lot of y'all, listen, I don't know your reasons for tuning in, but I thank you, Brandon. I thank you, Ray. I thank you, Otha Brown. I thank you, Jake Jackson. I appreciate you. I got gratitude for Robert Young, D. Holcomb, Ricky Scott, Casey Small, Tanya Kimber, Tyrone Caldwell, Daryl Anderson. Brian Boatwright, I'm grateful for y'all. But it's a reason you come, and I know you're getting some. Y'all know I know you're getting some, because I'm getting some out of this. And everything that I'm sharing with y'all, I promise y'all, some of this stuff I'm learning in real time. And I'm studying and I'm growing in real time. If you ain't growing on this show, don't watch it. Go do something else, man. Y'all got to realize, every time I think about this lady coming on that show and said, baby, I'm about to go into chemotherapy, but I got to listen to y'all show. Y'all are truly the best 120 minutes of my day. It's powerful, Crystal. It's powerful. It's powerful. Think about what I just said. A woman going into chemotherapy took time to call into the show. And said, we are the best 120 minutes of her day. That's why I don't, if you don't, listen, that, in that letter that parents sent me saying that something I said changed their kid's life. Then I think about people that just will pop on, Crystal, for a few minutes and just assume they know we're talking about. Get in and fill the room. And I learned something this morning. I got to recap a lot of the information that I give him. That is Moody. He been on this show for a long time. He from Chicago. He said, been down for the show since day one. Since amazing. Wow, Jay, that's a long time ago. Long time ago. Oh my God, Jay, will you tell the people? Wait, and amazing I was better. But if y'all had caught me at KYND, Jay, I wasn't saying nothing. Brandon, remember? Kenosha, Wisconsin. Y'all got to realize, we got a young man, one of the most brilliant young men that I've ever encountered in my life. One of the men, I tell y'all that to this day, one of the guys that were instrumental in my son's development as a basketball player and as a young man. Brandon Morris used to take this little bitty skinny little boy and go at him like, I mean, you know, I used to watch Brandon in the gym, and I bring my son, I think he was in middle school. I bring him in and just said, watch that dude right there. 7 years, Jerry Jones. I said, watch that dude right there. Just watch him. And Robert said, Dad, I want to play against him. I said, what? I said, you want some of that? But he was a young dude that wanted to play against one of the best players in the gym. Brandon used to go at the pros. You follow me? But that's the environment I wanted to put him in. We weren't ducking, and why would I let him go in here and dominate all them little boys on this team? No, I wanted him to play against the best. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, man. Guys like Kevin Freidman has been on this show. You follow me? Have sit in and watch this show in the studio. I mean, it's just, when I think about this show, sometimes y'all got to understand, Kevin Freidman, when I was at KYND, I used to just sit up there and watch Chris Walker and Jimmy Hicks go at it, and I'll try to be the mediator. It's amazing. But what happens is, when you do a show like this, you got a responsibility. Think about it. Brandon, all the way in Wisconsin, right? He knows me. He don't know a lot of y'all. So whatever comes out on this feed is going to affect me. Like the guy, Brandon, I don't know if you was on here. It's a guy came on last week, a couple of weeks ago, Brandon, this really it boggled my mind, Brandon. It boggled my mind. And I'm going to keep telling this story over and over and over, Brandon, because what I learned this morning, that sometimes people don't get it. Status Moody just texted me about Bruce Pearl, and I've been talking about Bruce Pearl for what? How many days, y'all? How many days? 5 days. I've been talking about Bruce Pearl, but he hadn't got into the show. Help kids and help programs and help everything. Guess what? Think about this. Somebody had the nerve to come on my show, and just because I was praising other people's program and not talking about their summer program, they took offense and got mad at me. But then I go back into my shows and go back and look at my texts from him. I've highlighted his program more than anybody's program. So this particular time, he got mad and started talking crazy to me on this feed, and I got right on his ass. And I'm going to do that again and again and again and again, y'all. And then he clipped out what I said on the show when I got in his ass. Not the part before that led up to the get on his ass, but the little clip when I got on his ass and posted it and said, y'all, this the kind of people y'all want to talk to, y'all want to listen to. And ladies and gentlemen, sent it to TSU. Unbelievable. Just because, listen to me, you can do 1 million. Then I went back in my texts over the years of all the things that he asked me to do on this show, talk about his program. I went back. It's just thousands. And he would do What's wrong with my question is not mad at him, but what's wrong with us? Kevin Frazier, Kenneth Gamble. What's wrong with us? Kenneth Gamble. Somebody rationalize that for me. My son getting on the plane talking about God is with him because he want to cuss somebody out at the airport. See, he get it from his dad. Ken Gamble. I need somebody to talk me off a ledge, y'all. Because you can be good and great to people 1,000 times. And if you talk it, are you just spoiled? You don't want me to talk about nobody else? Y'all, I'm trying to reconcile this stuff because I'm saying you can do everything for a person. Ken Gamble. I need more than we are worst enemies. I need more than that. Somebody, let me see. Brandon, could you speak to that? Jerry Jones, can you speak to that? Jay Jackson, can you speak to that? Brandon, could you speak to that? Eric Harrison, could you speak to Eric Harrison? You go through your text and you see a laundry list of stuff you done did for somebody. They done called you this. Just a laundry list. You just keep going. You say, God, you don't even realize that you're doing all this stuff for somebody. He says it's extremely difficult to rationalize that mindset. Wow. Brandon, it's unbelievable to me how we can do each other like that. You come on somebody else's platform talking crazy to them on their platform, and then they check your ass, and then you go tweet it out. You ain't tweeted out your comments. You ain't tweet that out now. I hope y'all not coming. I hope the reason y'all not coming, I hope y'all ain't like that. People just don't appreciate what you do for them. Okay. 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 And then they contact the university to try to get you in trouble. Yes. 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 Yes, Darabon. The university said that's Robert Haller's show. He can do what the hell he want on that show. I hope that y'all ain't like this. I really hope that nobody in the boom boom room, nobody else. I'm just making sure I got some water over here, y'all. But they don't realize is that the relationship that you can't be broken based on somebody. Dude, it's unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable to me. It's a condition. We are just as spoiled and as titled as the people we blame that had the same condition. Wow. And we all feel we are more important than we really need to be because we live in a microwave society. Brandon! Oh, we are like that. Let me put that on the screen. There's a lot, but y'all, I'm going to let Brandon. People get a little taste of power and forget who's. Oh, that's my baby. Yeah, did y'all see what Tanya just said? After after y'all read what Brandon just did, I got something for Tanya. Something fell behind me. After y'all read what Brandon just said, I'm gonna let y'all read that again because Brandon put something profound on there. It's a condition. I know it's something wrong with them. You know what? That's why I can't. You notice I don't say no names. I don't talk about nobody. Because I know that something got to be, it's got to be something imbalanced. When you do stuff for people and don't send them an invoice and you usually charge people for what you do for these people and they still do this kind of stuff, Brandon. But Tanya said something slick. Sonya, you just said, hey, Tanya, you just said quick enough, but you sure said it slick enough. Tanya, I'm going to put it up there. Come on, pop up. Give me Tanya. Give me Tanya up on the board. She said people get a little taste of power and forget who supplied the electricity. Oh, my goodness. What's up, businessman? People get a little taste of... Oh, I like that. I got to say that one. Hold up. Tanya, hold up. Tanya, I got to take a picture of that one in my phone, Tanya. Tanya, I ain't got time to go back and get that one. I like that one. I like that one. I'm going to use that one, son. I'm going to use your stuff, Tanya. I'm going to use it now. He said, attention is the new currency. Some people are willing to do anything for it. Look at Brandon. Brandon said he's still in it too. I told you. Tanya, that's profound, baby girl. No, it ain't. It's all right, man. You know what? I don't mind. See, I don't call it hating. People just starving, man. Ain't that what Malcolm said? That brother starving for knowledge. But let me keep going. Because I want to share with y'all something. And I saw this. This word deregulation. You know, deregulation. You know these companies because you got to understand these companies will pollute your air. They will contaminate your water because they are. It's a capitalistic society. They trying to make profit. So any corners they can cut, they don't care about them polluting your water. They don't care about them contaminating your air. They got to get this money, honey, right? But rules matter to keep people safe. If we didn't have no rules for speed, a king sticks would be going 100 miles an hour in a 35 in a school zone if we didn't have rules, right? See, the removal of regulations is the cause of some lives being taken this week, y'all. So do any of y'all eat deli meat? See, if I own a deli company and I was left to my own devices, and the company would default to things that make them make money, I'm not. I see some contaminated meat over there. If I'm trying to make money, businessman, this is this one for you. But if I'm trying to make money, if I'm trying to be a businessman, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna keep selling this stuff, y'all. 9 people died from listeria outbreaks by eating boar's head deli meat. And I looked it up. I vetted it, businessman. And you can thank the Trump administration and the Republicans for their push to deregulate the rules that keep us safe. Go Google. It's Googleable. It's not no conspiracy theories. I had to go and study it. In the Project 2025, in Project 2025, they want to do some more of this. They want to get rid of the FBI, the CIA. They get rid of all the people that can watch them and watch what they're doing. Yo, rules matter to keep people safe. That could have been Jerry Jones. Our Jerry Jones, not that Jerry Jones, going to get him some deli meat and died because, y'all, they leave in Boar's Head when you're not regulating these companies. You having these companies, they're regulating themselves. You know they ain't gonna. You know that's why some of these guys have these financial planners, these athletes, and they give them power of attorney. So the guys can just use your money. You don't even know what's going on. These guys, these people just can do what they want because they trying to turn a profit. So 9 people dead by that. And I saw something, y'all. You know, I saw something because I want to talk about. Just think about that. Just settle that. That's not political. That's not nothing. I just had to tell you the deregulation rules. It matters who you vote for, y'all. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't care. Listen, y'all, you're going to vote for whoever you want to. But I found out some stuff today. I just want to share with y'all. Y'all can stay here a minute. Y'all give me a few more minutes. I got something for you. Because it's just, I got a responsibility, y'all, in this cycle. I can tell y'all, hold up. I can tell y'all right quick. Let me see what happened in sports. I can tell y'all. Stephen Curry reached a 1-year extension. $62 million. I can talk about that. I can talk about the Jets joining a guy, instead of going to the Jets, flips on the Jets and went to the Bills. I can talk about the Jets GM says ball is in the holdout Reddick's court. It's a holdout. The ball is in Hassan Reddick's court. I can talk about that. I can talk about the athletic group opposes the NCAA $2.8 billion settlement. Let me put my glasses on. I can talk about that. But yo, we're in very important election cycle. And a lot of our people are not educated on a lot of this stuff, man. I can talk about the Browns freeing up $36 million because Deshaun Watson restructured their contract. I love sports. But when I'm in my black barbershops, I'm finna give y'all some political repellent spray. Okay? When they get to talking in the barbershop, in the nail shop, whatever shop, are you registered to vote? That's what you say. Who is your state rep? Y'all better write these down. Who is your state senator? Who is your county and or your city commissioner? Who's your congressperson? Answer these 5 questions and then we can discuss Kamala Harris policies. Did y'all need to hear that again? Because I know faith comes by hearing and hearing the word. If anybody need to hear that again, let me know. But y'all, got to share something with y'all. I've been watching this guy named Plies. Please share that one more time. Brandon, here we go. This called Black Barbershop Political Repellent Spray. Just like this is your bug spray to get the bugs out the way. This is how you do. Are you registered to vote? Who is your state representative? Who is your state senator? Who is your county and or your city commissioner? Who is your congressperson? If you answer these five questions, and then we can discuss Kamala Harris policies. Because if you ain't asked for the policies of them guys right there that directly affects your stupid ass, don't talk to me about Kamala Harris. Okay? Shout out to Jasmine Crockett, the young lady behind me. She has been elected and appointed by Kamala Harris to be her co-chair, her co-chair for her campaign. Brilliant move, smart move. I told you this Harris campaign is these people are whoever running this campaign, and they ain't said the name yet. And I just want to know who they brilliant ass is. I want to know them. I want to learn from them. They brilliant. Brandon, you're right. I'm gonna repeat it at the end of the show too. Thank you, Brandon. But Eric Boone, I need you to get by Frozen 2.0. 4711 Cleburne. But if you haven't listened to anything today, I want you to listen to this guy Plies. You know why I want you to listen to him? And I'm going to tell you why. Not just because he's supporting Kamala. You know, he supported, y'all don't understand, I fell in love with him when he started supporting Angel Reese and Kim. See there, y'all, my brain, it's going to pop up on me. South Carolina basketball team. She go, oh, y'all don't tell her I said this. My mind just went blank. But I'm watching and I'm listening to him. Trey Phillips. Shannon, you put it in the comments. Shannon, I'm up here doing a show. Do me a favor and you put it in the comments, baby. I can't do everything, y'all. Y'all be working me, man. But I'm gonna put it in the camera. Why couldn't somebody? I'm doing a show. Why couldn't somebody say, Shannon, you said, hold up. I'm gonna put it, Shannon, when you on this show, you got to bring some. You got to bring some bricks. You got to help. Don Staley. I said Kim. I was thinking about it. Don Staley. Thank you, baby. Don Staley. That's why I couldn't. I messed it up because I was thinking about Kim. I'll tell you who I was thinking about in a minute. I don't know why I'm thinking about Kim. Kim. That's why my mind went blank. Let me take out my time and stop talking on the show so I can post it because Shannon want me to post it. So I got to stop talking. Okay? Got to find a feed where I can put it up there on the feed right there. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put it up on YouTube too. Hold on. This all for Shannon now. Hold on. Let me stop. Now, y'all know somebody could have did this for me. All right? Okay. I had to stop and do all that. Okay. I think I got it. Let's see. Did I? Hold on. It wouldn't let me. Too many characters. I guess. On YouTube. It wouldn't let me on YouTube. So, I ain't got time to type it out. So, but I want y'all to listen to something. It kind of got to me. Wait a minute. I know I put it up there. Hold up. See, I was rushing today. Y'all just listen. Just listen to this.
Hey, this real quick. Let me just give you my thought process. So it can probably help some of y'all understand my mindset with this whole comedy shit. But if I'm in my car right now and I see a woman on the side of the road, motherfucking woman, especially a black woman, I see a motherfucking woman on the side of the road and she's getting motherfucking bullied. I'm talking about call BITCH and they lying on her and they making up shit and they totally disrespecting her. I'm gonna stop my motherfucking car and I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna go help that motherfucking woman. That's just what I'm gonna do. I ain't telling what you gonna need to do. You might ride clean motherfucking past. You might say that ain't none of my business. You might actually hate the motherfucking woman that much or hate a black woman that much, and you might get out and join forces with the motherfucking rich white man to bully that motherfucking woman. I ain't gonna motherfucking do it. I can't motherfucking do it. And I better not tell my mama that I seen it and I didn't do something about it. Ain't no motherfucking way. Especially when she getting triple and quadruple teamed by motherfucking some more rich white motherfucking men. Whether it's motherfucking Elon Musk or Kennedy Jr. or etc. etc. I'm gonna park my motherfucking car. I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna stop and say, hey, what you gonna do for me if I come over there and help you? No, I'm gonna stop my motherfucking car and I'm gonna do what I think is the right thing to do. And I'm gonna go help that motherfucking woman. So if you want to know my thought process, I'm telling you my thought process. I'm going to help the motherfucking woman who's being bullied, who's being attacked, who's being lied on, who's being all of those things because I feel it's the right thing to do. That's just how I feel.
That was powerful. Anybody know anything about me? I don't really like rap that much, but that touched me right there. And I noticed that they never profile guys like this who supports Kamala Harris. They always profile them guys who talking negative about her. I'm going, I see a woman, especially a black woman. Robert Hatter is stopping and park in his car and gonna go right and get in the fight. That's how I feel. I told y'all. I let some people talk me into not liking her in the beginning. They just told me, man, this girl Kamala has a funny name. Blah, 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 blah. I didn't know nothing about her. But I let people around me, and y'all, I kind of think I don't usually follow what people say, Shannon. And I found myself going down that rabbit hole as aware as I am. So the reason I talk about this, and I'm gonna talk about this daily until this listen to me, y'all. I'm gonna talk about this until the campaign is over. I'm gonna talk about sports. I'm gonna tell you about some sports. I got some sports stories for you. But in the between, you're gonna have to hear this. Because if we don't get this right, your kids don't y'all know everything? Like I said yesterday, I gave y'all some information yesterday to our young voters who tell you they don't care about politics. They care about you. But your landlord does. That's how he keep your rent high. Politics give him a parameter what he can charge you on. What if they just deregulated homes? These people are buying up. I forgot the name of this company. They just buying up homes so they can raise the rent on you and raise the price on the homes for these big conglomerates. That's what they're doing because they got the money and they know you ain't got it. But you don't care about politics, but your boss does, and that's how he keep your pay low. You don't care about politics, but your insurance company does. And that's how they keep your premiums high. So politics is involved with everything around you, my young people and my old people. So if you are not on the table, Brandon, then you're on the menu. Yeah, you can tweet that one. It's not original, but I had to throw it in there. We need to be at every single level to get involved, from the dog catcher to the president. Make sure you're involved in every level of government. Because if your voice is there, that means your voice actually matters. You can't complain if you don't vote, man. You put it like this. You can abstain from voting, but you cannot abstain from the world that's created by those who did vote. Oh my God, that was good. Oh, Robert. I had to give me some water on that one. Thank you, Brandon. Timothy, what's up, baby? Tim. Tim, it's what you tell him. Tim, you can abstain for voting. I'm just gonna sit this one out. It's the lesser of two evils. Like y'all did with Hillary Clinton. You see where that got you. Yo, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. She had more votes than this damn clown. But they invented this electoral college so the small amount of them people that want those kind of policies, they stay in power. Y'all, this was a slick concept. But you can abstain from voting, ladies and gentlemen, but you cannot abstain from the world that's created by those who did vote. You just can't. And I've never understood that apolitical people, as though their lives aren't being affected, whether they care about politics or not. Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? Somehow I just don't think y'all get it. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I got everything. Let me make sure. I'm just thinking about this guy. This guy y'all voting. A lot of people voted for this guy, man. Do y'all know Joe Biden got more votes in that last election than any other president in history? And guess who was right behind him? Trump. More than Obama, more than Reagan, more than George Bush, more than George Washington. But just talking to some people in politics, they were saying, man, his advisors, y'all listen to this. His advisors keep saying to him to stay on the message. But what I told him, I said he is on message. His message is racism, misogyny, division, and conspiracy theories. That's his message. Y'all, I got to share something with y'all in a minute that broke my heart. These are the young guys running for the Harris campaign. These are the young guys running the Harris campaign. Cedric Richmond, Quentin Folks, plus former. Thank you, man. I'm gonna look this up myself, but this who you got. I got a phone call to some of them people. They're gonna tell me who the mastermind. But Cedric Richmond, Quentin whatever his name is, and Mitch Landreau, former. I got to look them up. Thank you, thank you. Let me. You know I'm gonna look it up. If you put it on my screen, I'm gonna vet it. Uh, but y'all, the dude don't message. But before we go here, because I need to keep talking about this, because somebody who watched this show every day, he's been watching it at the end, he didn't hear me. So maybe I need to put it somewhere. That's why I need to tell y'all right now. Frozen 2.0, 4711 Cleburne. Go by that restaurant and tell me what you think. They got all the foods, they got all this drink, they specialize in frozen drinks. They got the J and Bay, the Royal Flush, the Skittles, the perfect margarita, between the sheets. It's a good one. Frozen Paradise, peach or Southern Peach, good knees. Got to have good knees to drink that one. Trouble in Paradise, frozen blueberry, summer solstice, frozen incredible. And then they got the greatest food. They got the blackened salmon. They got the shrimp bass, not the shrimp bass. They got the barbecue Hennessy shrimp. They got the lobster tail basket. Thank you. But I just want to get there. But and that is Moody was telling me that Bruce Pearl can't recruit in Chicago because what he did to one of the players in Chicago. And one of the high school coaches said, look, all of us, we ain't gonna let him get no more players out of here. Talking about Bruce Pearl, head coach at Auburn University, who the other day, and y'all got to realize, and I want y'all to, I want this to be etched, forever etched in your mind. He can believe in what he wants to. But when I see you believing and see, first of all, I gave y'all some history. I gave y'all some homework, right? First of all, this is what I put on the screen. Tom Cotton put on a 2019 article that somebody wrote about Kamala Harris. This wasn't her views. And he posted it, right? Tom Cotton, the redneck from Arkansas. Please, y'all Google him. Just please Google him. You just Google him. You're going to see the picture and you're going to know what I'm talking about. And his neck is redder than the one you're going to see on the thing. He said, Kamala Harris is so extreme, he wants to kick you off your health insurance. You get through your job. The biggest lie in the world. Like a true San Francisco radical, she wants everyone, even illegal aliens, on a government plan. So guess what? Moments later, now this redneck, I ain't even talking about Trump. I'm talking about this redneck Tom Cotton. Guess who put his 2 cents in? Thank you for pointing out this, Senator Cotton. He didn't vet it. Except my guess is that, like many of her socialist woke, y'all watch that word when they call woke, they talk about black folks, progressive beliefs, she's now changing them or hiding them to get elected. We won't get fooled again. You ain't never elected her, dude. You ain't lived in California. You ain't never elected her. And Joe Biden appointed her as vice president. So you ain't never elected her. But this the coach, y'all, who coaches our young black athletes at Auburn. And they got him. Black bodies got him $5.7 million a year contract. Because we got a young man in Houston, Texas right now that's got them on their list to go and visit Auburn. when he could take a stance and tell that motherfucker, tell him, say, look, I ain't coming down there with your good tweeting ass. Listen, players, think about this, players. They change their mind on you if they see your social media tweets. I'm gonna leave that one right there. I didn't even think about that the other day. Y'all need to share this show. Somebody talk to me. But it's Auburn, man. It's some more SEC school. Auburn ain't the only one got no money. I don't want to hear that lie. See, people in Chicago say you can't come up here and get no more players. What's happening over at Auburn with Bruce Player isn't a new thing. But rather than get into the minutia of what he said, I'll just say this. Thank you, Tanya. Tanya, think about what I said, though. Tanya, they look at the players' social media and decide whether or not they want them on their team, and the man, no, red flag. Brandon, go look up Tom Cotton. He damn near worse than Trump. I keep telling y'all mad at Trump, boy. It's some other people out here worse than him. Y'all mad at the wrong person. Y'all know what I did? I went and looked in my headings, in my notes, I put in heading. Y'all, I don't even have many Trump headings. I don't talk about him that much. I talk about the people that support him. Those are the people who living with me. Those are the people who I might have to go to the to see at the doctor. My doctor might be here. I might have to go to the doctor today. But and my grandson, I hear him mess with the door. But y'all, had I live in Arkansas, I can't stand Tom Cotton. See there? Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Miss Jackie Junk. Thank you, baby. That's why I tell y'all to share the show. Somebody to share the show where Jacqueline Johnson, can be able to get on. Who brought you? Jack, how did you find out about this show? Y'all ain't no other show than probably the only person who will point this out is Roland Martin. Let me keep going. Because I want to let y'all know. But take stock of how you recruited, young man. Sometimes the picture you're shown on a visit isn't the picture that's in reality. Don't y'all know them recruiting visits? They are designed for you to commit there that day. So everything they telling you is what you want to hear. There are plenty of coaches, young players, and mamas, and programs that out there that talk a great game. We have great facilities. Y'all, I told y'all about them facilities. You can't take them facilities to the bank. You can't take them with them. Once your ass gone, them ain't your facilities no more. That's the next dude's facility. So I ain't coming to your school for no facility because they ain't mine. There aren't many coaches out there that will keep it a buck with you. How they view you. What they want from you as a person, a part of their program. See, Bruce Pearl used the word woke. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. That lets you know that word be flying behind closed doors. Complaining about socialism when you're pulling $5.7 million of state taxpayer funded salary, some probably funded by the boosters. It's just a it's irony. That is Moody called me this morning and said, man, that dude did something wrong, bad to a guy up in Chicago. He said, how to make sure you include make sure you include the meaning and discuss the lecture. I have to do a no, I'm not finna That ain't my job. My job is to mention the electoral college for you, and you go find out what the elect college is. Let me help you out, Kirk Collins. My job is to tell you about the electoral college. Your job is to go study about it. Then you come back and ask me a question about it then. I can't keep wasting my time because I'm seeing it's certain things that we doing and I'm doing on this show and I've been doing for 7 years and people still don't appreciate it. Still don't appreciate it. Get mad because I don't talk about their team on the show. But what's up, Jimmy? I was just talking about Bruce Pearl,
Hey, what
man.
we got?
I was just talking about Bruce
Oh,
Pearl and that is Moody called me this morning and he was just telling me about how the coaches got together in Chicago. He can't get no play out of Chicago. Uh, and his and I don't know if you know about it, Jimmy. I'm gonna bring you up to speed because I can repeat it again.
I mean, I know what Bruce Pearl and got himself in some hot
No, he
water
ain't
again.
got himself into nothing. He ain't got himself into nothing. He showed us who he was.
I
So
mean, but that ain't the first time.
we ain't
I
talking
mean,
about the first time. We talking about
yeah,
him right now. We ain't talking about the first time. We talking about a guy that will take this particular tweet from the biggest redneck in Arkansas. Jacqueline Johnson just came on she live in Arkansas and just said this about him. And he take this tweet, which was not Jimmy. If you went and looked at the tweet, you know it's not, and go and study it, it's not factual. It was a lie. Okay? So you because you just blew it off. But I'm finna show you why I can't blow it off. In your world, you can blow it off. I can't blow it off. Because first of all, he didn't go study it. He didn't go understand that everything this dude just said on this tweet is a lie. Then he added something. Let me go and give you Bruce Pearl, since you just saying, well, everybody do this. I ain't seen everybody do this. You probably have, I haven't. Thank you for pointing this out, Senator Cotton. Except my guess is that, like many of her socialists, woke, I hope you know what woke means, Jimmy. If you don't, I feel sorry for it. Woke progressive beliefs, she's now changing them or hiding them to get elected. We won't be fooled again. First of all, you ain't never voted for her. You voted for Biden. You voted for the ticket. You ain't from California. You ain't live in California. You ain't vote for Kamala Harris. But then he go and put this mess on here. I ain't seen that. Since you talking about this happen all the time. I haven't seen that, Jimmy. I haven't seen it. But Jimmy,
now,
and you same people talking about, y'all watch what you put, kids, on Twitter, because these coaches watching what you put on Twitter, and that will hurt your recruiting. So kids need to look at this too. That's the point I'm making. Now,
now, now, for starters, you probably wasn't listening all the way because I ain't never said it happened all the time. I said Bruce Pearl has got himself back in hot water again, and then I explained to you
was said you mentioned about Bruce Pearl. Say, yeah, I saw that message or that note or that tweet. So yeah, I saw that. So now, in regarding to Bruce Pearl, my thing is understand something. Chicago, if those coaches have said that and band together,
No, this is from a long time ago. This ain't from this tweet. This ain't from this tweet. Let me get this.
okay.
This ain't from this tweet. This from this right here. Bruce
So,
Pearl
so
illegally take the conversation with Deion
no,
Thomas.
no, 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 no. I know. I'm talking about you mentioned. You just
That's
said.
when the coach is banned against him. I'm giving you the timeline. This is when
Oh,
the coach is banned against him. So, coach,
so what?
yeah.
So now as it stands now, today in 2024, what are you going to do about it now? So that's the first question.
I
Coaches
can't
out
do
there,
nothing about it because I ain't got no kid.
what?
But I
No,
can talk about
everybody.
it on this show.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of guys out there have a whole bunch of influence on what college certain kids narrow down from their
Absolutely.
selection list. So that
Absolutely.
means, and then a lot of other guys out there have the influence to help and sway a kid into picking a certain college. A lot of people, men out there, have the influence into swaying a family into picking an agent or a certain guy that's an NIL rep or a certain high school to transfer to after they because they ain't playing.
Well,
They feel like
Jimmy,
they
that's who
playing
I'm talking
out of
to.
position.
That's who I'm talking to.
So those people. Now
That's who I'm
here's my
talking to.
question. Once again, those people. What are you going to do about it? So what are you parents? What are you going to do about it? See,
Absolutely.
so and
Jimmy,
if
we got a
you
kid in our community right now. One of the top players in our community right now is already got a visit plan going to Auburn.
yeah. So now, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to?
It,
That's it's different people, and the reactions will show mostly by your actions. You can do it two ways.
what you
You
mean?
can make
Who you talking about? What is you going to do? Who you talking about?
the community, the people
Okay,
in the
okay,
basketball
okay,
community,
okay.
from the high school coach to the
Absolutely.
grassroots coach to the parents,
Say no more.
all sides of the
That's who
triangle.
I'm talking to today.
What are you going to do about it? Then, well, matter of fact, you know what? Times and change. It ain't a triangle no more. It was a triangle that I was taught about the triangle. The
What is it
head
now?
coach, the grassroots coach, and the parent, the family.
What is it
It's
now?
not a triangle anymore.
What is it now?
It's a square. At the least case scenario, it's a
So,
square.
so you added another layer?
Yes, it's the workout guy, the person that does the workouts there.
Okay.
That person is has equal or greater power than at least two of the other ones in that old triangle.
What if
It's a
the
square
workout?
now.
What if the workout in the summer coach the same people?
Then his power is enhanced. It's amplified. It's like putting an amp on your speakers in the car. You're gonna need some new woofers, some new speakers that can hold that. It's amplified, and they know it. So that means now they going it's like being a coach at a high school for guys that might have went past you. In certain schools, those assistant coaches at certain school districts, they get a stipend, but they call it a stipend for coaching that sport. And that's basketball is primary, which is we talking about primary. Well, a lot of those assistant coaches, that you may find them also coaching, being assistant on the football field because they can get a stipend for that as well. Then you might find some might also be the assistant coach on the track and field. I mean, they can get a stipend for that. Some just go and what I call stealing. You might ask them I coach the golf team. You coach what? Y'all ain't got no golf or the soccer team, and ain't no. I mean, they get stipends for all of that.
I
So
like.
some of those guys they supplement their base income. Them stipends mean a lot. So now back to this topic. What in regard to when you hear a person like Coach, I know Bruce Pearl, known him for 2 decades, but at the same time, and remember, Bruce Pearl left left a bad taste, and a lot of guys, a lot of people, powers that be or people that be within the basketball community, the amateur basketball community, a few years back when he had assistant coach that took us that fell on the sword for him more than once. Once at Tennessee and then once at Auburn. The name was I think Tony Jones.
And Chuck Person too.
Well, Chuck was another one. That's the latest one. And but Tony was he was one of those back 20 years ago, 15 years ago, had certain coaches when they walk in, the assistant coach, there was a slew of black assistants that had white head coaches or or non-black head coaches, and those guys were known as pit bulls. Meaning they can go certain dudes, your Butch Pierres, when they walked in 20 years ago, when he walked into a building, people got quiet. It was like how you see some of these coaches and they see Cal walk in the gym. That's how the assistant coaches would look at Butch Pierre when he walked in. Tony Jones, when Tony walked in, that's how it was. Certain guys, like he walk in, like, uh-oh, man, he up in here. Those were
So
guys,
what makes him a pit bull?
Because they had a reputation for closing deals, and they had certain alumni. If they
they had enough bag, they know how to close. They know how to give them people money. I want the general public to understand this. They were known as a pit bull because they're using somebody else's money to come and get you and your kid, and we label them a pit bull. But keep going. I'm just showing you how.
A pit bull mean they walk in there. If you call them all dogs, that mean that dog gonna bite.
Yeah,
that's not using. That's to me my.
He gonna come away. He gonna come away with the. He gonna come away with the meat. Yeah. I'll just explain it to the people.
He gonna bite you. Might not bite your leg off, but he gonna.
Hey, and that's not flattering to me, cause
well, in the recruiting world,
I'm talking about to me.
Guys that. No, but in
Jimmy, I'm in the recruiting world too. I've been in the recruiting world too.
But in those days, in that time and era, that was important because those guys would also be like the highest paid assistants in the land. As a result,
higher paid don't make me like you more.
No.
Just because you're higher paid, that on my register, I don't care.
But see, understand something. First of all, when those type of coaches are coming into your circumference, you're a certain type of player anyway. So this is not the normal recruit that's going to encounter those type of coaches back in the days. You're not the normal recruit that's going to go through that. So we're talking about the 5%, the 10% of prospects, maybe 5%, 10 probably way too heavy. So that was the thing. So when those guys, certain schools that were blue bloods, that mean when they walk in, they automatically, you see the logo on the chest, and automatically the swag come. But then those assistants would have just enough cachet as many of those many head coaches, or more than some head coaches around the country. That's what I'm saying. So therefore, it was there. It was known. It was like, man, what are we gonna do? And then it would, like, the stigma. It's a good jacket to have because in the same breath, these guys as popular and as at one point lightly use the word respectedly feared among their peers, they would never got head Division I jobs.
They never got them?
Never got head Division I jobs. So you were good enough
to go get them.
It reminds me of the we go back and we think to our guy that was assistant coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. What's his name?
Eric Benjamin.
Benjamin. He was good enough to be the system, but he never got that. So that's but back to the thing. It's like we'll see in time will tell. In short time, in due time, we will see what people are going to do about it. I'm thinking, and I guess, I've told somebody this earlier today. Asked me about it. I said, here's what you're going to expect. You're going to expect for within 48 hours, Bruce Pearl is going to extend an apology in 48 hours. Then you're going to expect that's indirectly the waters will still be bubbling. So then if you want to expect the NIL, what has to happen that the NIL, the people, whatever the numbers was they were offering, or the ask, or the bid in some case, is going to increase. So that means if they were offering, if the number, it's just say a prospect you mentioned from Houston maybe going there, and the bid was at 500,000, the bid gonna have to go up now to 600,000. You see, because many, and then eventually that's going to be the test of the arm wrestle, and sooner or later, some people may get amnesia and forget that it was said and that it was ever said, and they'll go from there. This is what you expect. What you should expect to happen as a result of that. Just don't be surprised. Put it like that. Either way. Now, uh, so regarding that on the Bruce Pearl conversation. Other than that, we got man. It's Baby Friday, and I'm waiting, guys. I should get, of course, the funeral preparation for Byron Cooley, who passed away. And you guys know he was a great integral part of the grassroots basketball community. Him and his family, over a decade ago, he had a team called Houston Suns, uh, and that was about 2008, 2007 to 2010, something like that. But anyway, he passed away, and I expect to see. I talked his sisters text me and say she's gonna keep me posted when the arrangements are set. So I'll pass them along to you. That's probably gonna be on Monday, guys. So expect probably a service, whatnot, next weekend for Mr. Cooley. Next, Adam, we got uh, so a couple of things in my bag that I have for you guys, and one of them. Oh, speaking of, let's go right here first and get you guys. I know a lot of you guys on there. We talk hoops so much, but we gonna try to increase my. Well, not gonna try. We are gonna increase our. We give it to you a lot last year. A little more college football season tonight. Yeah,
Oh
on
yeah,
the deck.
absolutely.
So Colorado and
The game I'm
who's that?
looking forward to.
Was it North Dakota State? Who they playing? North.
Yeah,
Let me, let me look in the page.
yeah,
That's what it
yeah,
is.
North Dakota State. Yeah,
North Dakota. And I looked the team up last night. Over their past 5 games, they've averaged about 40 points a game. So they can put points up,
very
even though
good.
it's a different team. It's all different team, but still they have a reputation of putting points on the board. So Colorado gonna have to be clicking offense. They be at home. The crowd is gonna be there, but you can't let a team that's used to putting points on the board get comfortable on that field. You gotta make them uncomfortable real fast and hurry and put them out of their misery. Um, Deion Sanders enters this season with last year. I remember how he had problems, and it was more so innuendos with a lot of people in the media, talking generally. Now he enters this season with at least two personal rifts with media personalities or media talents. And this one is on the local level up in Denver, and then one, of course, with ESPN with uh,
Paul
one of
Feynman.
their college football analysts. So, and how you do that is how you make people forget about that. It's kind of funny. Don't get it twisted. You're talking about people know when Dion was at Jackson State, there was a lot of people in media didn't want to cover that. A lot of white folk in media didn't want to cover him. Hell, few black folk in media didn't want to cover it because they just, it was like, man, he just, whatever their reason may be, but they wasn't fond of it, of what the bigger picture was. Then he goes to Colorado, you know, it's still the same type of frowns and sourness, and he jumps out the gate, goes 3-0, but at the same time, Dion knows it by now, and he was going all the while. This guy's going through medical situations and conditions while trying to maintain the grasp on his coaching duties.
Almost died, Jimmy. Don't play with. He almost died.
Yeah, he had medical procedures and surgeries and that was preceded by complications, and so that's no excuse. But at the same time, I always said Dion, he can strong. He's a good supreme smack talker, and supreme smack talkers can handle it back.
For him.
He took it when you guess what? Everybody unloaded on him when they lost 6 of their last 7 or whatnot in the season. He took it like a G. He just said, "Okay, keep that same energy.
You better get me now."
He said that quote unquote. You better get me now. So now we're watching. This is round 2 for Deion Sanders and his son, and of course. And of course the Colorado Buffs. I'm rooting for the story. I'm one of those type of guys, and I'm rooting for the story. It's just fascinating, the story from which he come from with no experience in that sector, in that realm, and to go now and turn Jackson State into a nationally known, recognized, and overstood HBCU. Then you go into Colorado now, and they are the most most visible, most marketable college football team this year in the country right now. Right now.
But this same guy you just mentioned, Paul Feinstein, said they're irrelevant. They ain't this. See, Paul Feinborn started that fight. I'm finna be on Deion's side. He started that one. And Deion ain't even went in no back and forth with him. And Matt Barnes said something, Jimmy, yesterday, and I want to make sure I got it. Matt Barnes said something yesterday that was so profound. I just want to make, and he came on. I said, Matt Barnes, that was all right. He came on. He put his on his one of them Instagram page. He said, Paul Feinbaum, I want to start by saying I think you did a good job. You do a good job in college basketball. You give solid insights to the game. With that being said, you work at the biggest and the best sports platform in the world. And no one really knows who you are. Jimmy just couldn't even remember his name a minute ago. You have a weird fascination with Deion Sanders, and you're trying to ride his wave the same way Skip Bayless did with LeBron for 20 years. You are mad that he's not speaking to the media that either disrespected his family, his team, or him. I think your words were, "This is America." I'm mortified for him not allowing a columnist to disrespect him. Hold on. But I guarantee you won't say a word about the positive impact he's making, and not only on the field, but off the field, preparing these young men, but not only for the next level in life, but in sports too. I've been to Colorado. I've seen it with my own eyes, the tremendous ecosystem he's built for these young men to succeed in life. Then he said, F sports. He said, I hate to say it, all that before I shout out to my brother Deion Sanders for being a true leader of men. Paul Feinborn, take your personal jealousy, emotions out of reporting, and your G-string is showing. That's what he just told him. So, Jimmy, and I'm watching. I I know they was going to because he was talking too much. And guess what he switched? You remember last year? He used to say, "Give me my theme music." You know it's a change now, right?
Yeah, it says a players team now. He
The
let them
players
go.
team now.
It's a
So
smart move.
the
Smart move.
man, yo, this is like you said. He didn't have no experience in that realm. But Jimmy, he's been a coach. Coaching is coaching. Every coach was a high school coach or a young coach. Every coached at another level before. You don't wake up being an NFL coach. Bill Belichick coached every level in the world. All these top Bill Parcells, all these guys coach every level in the world. So now that man just leveling up. He went for. Hey, hold up. You remember the word? Don't go to HBCU because you get stuck there. He debunked that. So he got out of HBCU because they say y'all just get stuck there. You just get stuck there. That's what you coaches around the country be saying about even in basketball coaches or football coaches. You'll get stuck in the HBCUs. And guess what? He went there. Guess what? Won his first, 3 or 4 games? And guess what? Now it's his second year. Y'all magic ain't going to happen in the second year either. So I don't expect that much. So I am not going to be this. I know how hard it is to win at this level. But I hope he surprised him though. But that's it.
Yeah. I mean, that's and you know, like I mentioned a while ago about the, the visibility of University of Colorado.
Oh my goodness.
And of course, I'm thinking like Shadir Sanders. They had his billboard in Times Square yesterday.
Yeah.
A humongous billboard.
Nike signed with Nike.
And he signed with Nike, which Dion has been. Dion was with Nike a long time ago, but in recent years, he's been a long time.
Under Armour.
How would I say it?
Under Armour.
Well, I want to use the description on a long time consultant and brand ambassador for Under Armour. If you guys remember back after the storm a few years ago, C.E. King High School, their new campus had just got built, and was just getting built, and it's the brand new. The basketball facility is now the middle school now, and Dion he combined efforts with Michael Strahan, who's a Texas Southern University Hall of Famer, of course, New York Giants. You guys know Michael Strahan. And Dion collaborated efforts because he and Strahan both have relationships with Under Armour, and Dion and Michael Strahan helped provide the entire C.E. King program with product, because all their product had got I think I want to say got either vandalized, stolen, or destroyed.
Talking about when they had the flood
and after the storm.
Yeah, I remember.
They bought Good Morning. Strahan came to Houston with Good Morning America. Good Morning America did the show right live from C.E. King High School, the old, which is now the middle school campus. That was just about 8 years ago or so. So, but Dion, when he had the prime prep and those high schools based out of Dallas, it was Under Armour, and so now his son Shadur is with Nike, and understand ports. They say he's slated to make NIL money this year.
He number one.
4.7 million in NIL.
That's his valuation.
NIL.
They call it a valuation.
That is remarkable. Huh?
They call it his valuation. Matter of fact, he making more than a
valuation.
Yeah, that's his valuation to make. That's called valuation. It's like when your company got stocks. Let's say like Tesla is worth this many. It's an evaluation. Until you cash it in, you just never know. So it's but he's if you go by that, he making more money than some of the quarterbacks in the NFL right now. A lot of them.
Some of their base. some of their
Yeah, the base
base,
salary. That's what I'm talking
their
about. The base
base,
salary. Yeah.
their base, you know,
That's
and
his
because a
base.
lot of
So
them
hey,
quarterbacks.
we talking about base. We talking about base. That's his base.
So and you notice one of the things that I like about this Colorado team right now,
I love him.
and that is what's my young fella name?
Ray Forsett.
No. My
Who?
my my uh my defense, my cornerback. What's my cornerback name?
Oh, Travis Hunter. Oh my goodness.
Travis Hunter.
Oh my goodness.
Travis Hunter. Unlike a year ago, you haven't. Travis Hunter has been. He's been purposely out of storylines, out of the media. He hadn't been social media and you guys to death. He's been like, you know what? It's almost, and from what I understand, and I
He
read a
do,
couple
Jimmy,
reports.
but it's goofy on TikTok, and they don't talk about it as much. It's a little goofy.
Oh yeah,
A little
okay,
goofy. Him and his
okay.
girlfriend.
Well,
He's
they say
prevalent
what
on
he
social
does
media. Yeah.
he's not a clubber.
No.
He's not the
No.
supreme party goer.
No.
He like an old country boy. He want to go fishing, play video games,
That's
chill
it.
with his
Yeah.
home girl, with his friend girl or whatever.
Mhm.
And then in it, and they say he's gotten stronger. So they say he's stronger, and
Talent.
his mind has gotten more mature. So what that means is that I'm expecting to see a more. The key word is mature. A more mature minded hunter means that if you watch guys when they catch a ball, he's going to still play both ways. Of course, definitely not as I don't expect him to play not as many plays, not as much. They will, on that. You don't because right now it's a bigger picture for him. He's a supreme talent, but it's certain players when you get mature in your craft, it's certain ways you know how not to take hits. You don't invite certain hits to come for the defense or the defender to hit you certain ways. Some guys they go and lay it down. The extra yard, I can get that next play. I ain't for let you just I'm not for to challenge you to prove to you that you can't hurt me. So now you preserve your mental from your block from getting knocked out. That's good. Remember, he got hurt about two or three times last year, Al, on the field from
Yeah.
taking licks.
Of
So
course.
a more mature mind
In
is
football,
not.
Jimmy, you're gonna get hit. And you're gonna take
Yeah,
some.
but the mature mind. I remember back in the days when
Jimmy,
Emmitt Smith used to
Jimmy,
play
he
for
was
the
a little
Cowboys.
light in the ass. He was, if you go back last year, he wasn't that strong. So he was
Yeah,
going up against guys strong. If I go up against you strong, I'm just telling you, he was just getting. He wasn't that strong last year. He just
certain
wasn't.
guys though how to understand that, but then certain guys, like I mentioned, when Emmitt Smith played for the Cowboys, certain years after a certain point, he not fit to go and he gonna lay it down himself before he let you just knock him on his butt. Certain guys are not going to be willing to absorb yet. I'm not fit to go and I'm gonna step out of bounds when run out of bounds. If I get the catch, I'm not fit to go and I'm gonna get the extra 2 yards. I'm stepping out of bounds. I'm putting the ball over here. I'm not fit to go and just challenge you. That was the thing. So now we're going to see. Uh, uh, I'm reading the comment you just put up there.
Tanya had her own experience now. She finna get out of here. She said, "I see you next week. I'm going to sign off on this Dion conversation because I have firsthand experience with Santa." And everybody ain't pleased with Dion now. I just like
hold on. Pillar did too, didn't you?
it.
I mean, ain't that what the name? What's the
Hey
ex-wife's
man, leave
name?
that alone, man. Let's talk about something else.
I'm just saying. So everybody had experiences in the past with somebody. That don't make him. We don't know. We this is not the Dion is a total saint show.
No,
It's a
absolutely.
segment. This
Absolutely.
ain't that. We're talking about Colorado. Matter
Yeah.
of fact, what we're talking is more the part with Dion was this part that was in the news about him sparring with
Right.
media personalities.
She
Now
was
we're
just
talking
messing with
about
me, Jimmy.
Colorado
Don't worry
too.
about it.
With the Colorado team. And so now they're action tonight, 7 p.m. Central. They open their regular season, and it's going to be definitely. I can't wait to see what the numbers would be for this game on the viewership. Excuse me, when the ratings come out. That's going to be cool. That's going to be intriguing because they're definitely box office, if nothing else. Also, was something else. Oh, I know what else I have for you. Speaking of football. Speaking of football, the high school football season kicks off this weekend. And all eyes are on this matchup that's that and I mean you talking about give the people what they want. Dallas South Oak Cliff, right, is coming all the way to traveling to Houston to take on North Shore High School. South Oak Cliff, they won state, I think, in 5A last year. James Todd, I think, is the head coach over there at South Oak Cliff. Black man, of course, over at North Shore. Willie Gaston is the head coach at North Shore. And remember, we're only months removed from making history twice in the same day in our football and high school football back in when it was December, when the state championships, yes, last December, meaning that there were two 6A football games. In Texas, they have a Division One and Division Two. They break them up by population. It's just another way to get, you know, certain teams. They feel like their population. Some schools might have upwards of 5 to 6 to 7,000 kids, and then some schools could be 5A with 3,000 kids. So they felt like some people back in the days and a few years back felt that was an unfair advantage. So they broke it down into divisions. That's how those came about in a nutshell. Actually, basketball, this will be the first year ever that basketball will enter into the Division One and Division Two format for their high school playoffs for basketball. So it's going to be intriguing. So back to this North Shore head coach. North Shore, DeSoto, Duncanville, and Summer Creek. Yeah, Summer Creek made it to state. That was the first time, that first game that was played was, I think, DeSoto and Summer Creek. And in that game would be the first time that the championship game presented two black head coaches in the history of 6A football, in the history of the top classification. There had never been two black head coaches to meet in the last game of the season, the state championship. Well, it happened in that game, and then shortly afterwards, North Shore and Duncanville, they met up, and it was again two black head coaches. That was Coach Reginald Samples and Willie Gaston. Now, those other two teams, of course, DeSoto, that's Coach Claude Mathis, right? And he went against Kenny Harrison from from Summer Creek. So that was historic. We're coming off an historic year and a historic season. Now you got Oak Cliff playing against North Shore. This is Dallas versus H-Town. Remember we talked about when Oak Cliff, I refresh your memory, when they played in the state championship game, they had special jerseys they had made, and it didn't say Oak Cliff, it said something else. I can't remember what it said, but they had some special jerseys that had already basically insinuating that they had won the championship before they even got there. I can't remember. Some of you guys watching from Dallas, you remember what they had on.
Jersey they wore. Golly.
They had something on those jerseys. I say, boy, you got to be supremely arrogant and confident.
Yeah, confident.
To put what? I'm waiting. Somebody from Oak Cliff, y'all help me out.
They said
what did those jerseys say? What did those shirts say that they wore during the state championship game?
Man, I want to know. I remember.
If it was this year or last year, well, this season, this past, or last season, this past. You guys help me out on that. Now, once again, I'm planning on going by North Shore to check that out. Remember, that quarterback last year was like in the 9th, 10th grade from North Shore. So he's back. I can't think his name, but he got a Spanish name. He got a Spanish last name, but he's a brother. But boy, And I heard they're supposed to be even faster than they were last year. This North Shore team. So I can't wait. Friday night, 7 p.m. over at North Shore High School. It's going to be bonkers over there. And of course, I'm assuming, I haven't confirmed North Shore. I'm assuming that North Shore is probably going to repay the visit next season to open up on the road up in DFW. And one thing about it, we're gonna see just how. I'm gonna tell you, if you don't have tickets for that game, I'm assuming you make sure you have a ticket in your possession or have one allocated for you, because that game will be sold out completely. It ain't no doubt in my mind, unless it pours down raining, and that's the case, it's gonna be a rain delay or even a postponement. But that game, that North Shore, is a great facility. It's a beautiful venue to watch a game in, and I can't wait till Friday evening to check that matchup out. What else we got on this weekend coming up? Oh, speaking of college football, we got the Labor Day Classic, TSU Prairie View, coming up this weekend.
Yes,
You got
sir.
a whole you got a whole slate of football games on TV on Saturday. They got a hell of a triple header on college football on Saturday. Huh?
I know.
I think they got Florida and Florida and Miami, or Florida? Yeah, I think Florida and Miami is playing.
I ain't gonna be able to
Uh,
watch all of them, but
and Texas A&M, and Notre Dame is going to play
I
on
got a
Saturday.
question. I got to check and make sure I can watch the TSU game on. Let me see. Is it gonna be on ESPN?
What? No, no. For them to get, they ain't gonna be able to get in on this one right here. ESPN locked down this week one.
No, but I'm talking about the regional stuff. Let me call somebody. I'm just gonna text them over there. I got to be able to watch the game, man. Cause I got to bet with Doug again. He got me last year. Georgia Clemson, Jimmy, gonna be the game.
That's the third one. I said it's 3 games on television on the ABC network. That's the third one. It's like, wow. So I'm going to tape. There's no way I'm going to be able to sit in front of the TV for all those games. I'm definitely going to tape a couple of those games. I may watch fragments of the other ones. But
I want to see the Chris Dishman era. Y'all got to realize it's the Chris Dishman era now. It's a new era. And that old athletic director up there talking a little too much smack up there at A&M. He talking a little bit too much smack. He asked Kevin Granger, man, have you ever had the feeling of riding back with that trophy?
I like that. Ain't no wrong with that. You got to be able to eat it, though. You got to be able to take it.
Man,
I ain't got no problem with it. Talk your smack.
We got
Talk your smack. Now, Kevin Granger's wanting this to be. He's a humble young man, so he's not going to really. He can serve it back to you, but it's going. Well, boy, I hope Prairie View. One thing about Prairie View, let me talk for Kevin Granger. It seems like damn near every time we have a Labor Day Classic for the last 4-5 years, y'all got a different damn president up there talking. Why y'all got a different president?
Jimmy, we got one too.
I said it again. No, we do too. But
we got one too.
They got a different president. They got a different one. But they got more. They had more than we had. I ain't gonna
fight that battle right there.
They had more than we had.
Yeah.
They got a different AD.
Yeah, but you know what's so unique, man? I hate I'm not there because I sure want to be up there so bad for that game. Oh my God! But I got to figure out. I just asked them, how can I watch that game? So they'll figure out something. Somebody gonna send me a link to something. I got to see. But yeah, what else you got?
Who did we say? Now who's Miami playing Florida, right?
I don't know.
But you got to see a game, Hannah. That's our little kid, Cam Ward. He the quarterback at Miami. Yeah. Cam Ward, so you guys, if you didn't know, Cam Ward is from right outside of Houston. He played quarterback at Washington State last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Incarnate Word a couple of years before that. Well, he's the starting quarterback for Miami.
I'll take that one.
And he's making his debut with the Hurricanes.
And they ranked too.
Florida.
That's a good
Huh?
game. They ranked too. Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that one. That was early. Damn, 12 p.m. Wait a minute, 12 p.m. 12
That's
p.m.
10 o'clock your time, then, huh?
Yeah, damn. That's serious. Wait a minute.
Ain't that, man. Get your old bowl. Take it like the old days. Get some sugar smacks or something. Throw in the old bowl with some
Be
milk.
serious.
And
I
go.
don't drink milk no more, Jimmy.
You don't
Oh,
do the
I can
almond
watch it
milk?
on ESPN Plus. Yes, I can. Yeah. TSU on ESPN Plus, baby. I'm plussing it right now. Yeah, you know what, man? I'm gonna tell you some crazy stuff, man. When you change your devices and all your stuff go out, they wouldn't even let me put my ESPN Plus thing back in my new devices. I got all new devices. I don't like that. I don't like that. But no, but keep going. Thank you, D Hope.
Yeah. And so that's now also spell college news. We get down some high school news. Get ready to go. It's 51 minutes past the hour. Creeping up on the end of the day. Women on Baby Friday on the Chop Shop. Share the show right now if you haven't done so. I've got to ask you guys earlier. Can you share the show right now? Let's get one good major share and in sync. So go around real quick. The NCAA. Speaking of football, college football, they but I'm told it's pretty much a done deal. They just have to vote on it, and that is they're going to shrink the transfer portal days from by 15 days. It's 45 days now, which
Is
is
that
which is
football or basketball?
football right
Okay.
now. College football we're talking about.
Yeah.
So they have two portal days in college football, one in December and then one right after the season. So as it stands, either they're going to wipe out the December, I mean the spring transfer portal for football and just make it one 45-day one starting in December, so it can blend into the second semester, or they're going to slice the 45 days down to 30 days. So keep your eyes open. But then, so once that, in basketball, they're set and they shrunk that one last year. And it starts, remember, immediately after the uh, the Final Four, that is, and it counts on him. So we'll see how this goes. And it's like I said, a lot of things are trying to change. How do you see? I've seen a couple of articles up in Dallas Morning News. I don't know if anybody from DFW. I don't know what the motive is, but
What?
I can imagine there
What
are
they
a
doing?
couple of girls high school basketball back-to-back stories in regarding to the amount of transfers that are at a couple of
Oh,
DISD schools.
yeah.
So these are DISD uh, uh, schools, which is Faith Family. That's a charter school, and of course Lancaster. You guys, Lancaster is the proper pronunciation. I always call them Lancaster. Just always jugging at them. But it's ironic that now the stories are only about those two
Yeah,
schools,
they left
and
Duncanville and went out to
they
Lancaster.
have an
Lancaster.
influx. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm saying, but it's an
The
influx of
women.
transfer.
Why the
But
women? Why was women basketball affected? Because that lady who used to coach there, she went there, right?
yes, well,
Okay.
the woman who used to coach at DeSoto left and went to Faith Family,
But
and
I'm
then
talking about the one from Duncanville went to
Lancaster. Yeah,
Lancaster.
Lancaster. So this is a story amongst them. But once again, the motives, and it's ironic because you feel, and all it does is one thing about it. And I tell you guys, people look in Dallas. Of course, there's been some people that's been ruled ineligible to play. You got your Anthony Blacks of recent years and whatnot. But for the most part, Dallas is nowhere near as the percentage wise of those who are ruled not eligible. The basketball players I could speak on, in comparison to the players in Greater Houston who attempt to transfer and are hit upside the head, ruled not eligible. I think DFW, from I was talking to a couple of coaches, maybe about 2-3 years ago about this topic, and they was basically saying that in DFW, for most of the certain schools, so it's like one of those things where no blood, no foul, man. Your kid want to leave, we're gonna sign off on him. We're gonna let him go because that way now we want you to keep the same energy if one of your kids want to leave. So that's why it's so easy in DFW and it's so just widespread. Nobody. It's like an unwritten rule. It's a gentleman's or gentlewoman's agreement. Everybody, you know what? Okay, I wish you well. Go ahead on, play. Now keep that. Now, one of your girls, somebody come to me, I'm gonna, keep that same energy. Respect the game. In Houston is different. Nobody don't want nobody, none of these kids to play no basketball unless they playing.
Why is that, man?
I think.
Stay out of it, man. If you don't want to, you can stay out of
No,
it.
it's a whole nother can. It's a whole can of worm. But I think in a nutshell, if I try to sum it up, that while you have circles within different cities, so people see DFW as of late, have been maintaining a degree of dominance if you're measuring by the state championships. You follow me? A degree of dominance over Houston teams. So Faith Family has really, really triggered and amplified not just people in around the state, but people in DFW as well. So what they did during the new realignment, Alan, they moved Faith Family from 4A to 5A. Was expecting them to be pushed up to 6A because that's what they did to straight Jesuit when they put them into, their private school a couple of years back when they back in 2008, I think when they brought them into the UIL, them along with Dallas Jesuit in the same year, they thrust them up to 6A. But Faith Family has been allowed to participate in 4A until now. They will debut in one class up, which is 5A. But they've dominated with 4 state championships in the last 5 or 6 years. I mean, in dominant fashion. And so people are saying those kids, the way that it works at Faith Family, if you reside anywhere within DISD, you're eligible to play at Faith Family. That's the rule. Anywhere in Dallas Independent School District, you could play at Faith Family. So that's a lot of people get sour on that. They got sour on that. Like, man, it's so people's like, man, how can kids being eligible, man, and still can, and so now people in Houston, I think some coaches, they just so used to it, and it may be an ongoing thing. We look at some kids' situation, maybe ongoing, meaning from the athletic director or the athletic coordinator and or people that's on that committee within that district executive committee. They affectionately known as DEC committee. And so where it may have an ongoing feud or ongoing beef, meaning that you denied 2 of my kids last year or year before last. You know what? I'm getting you back. And so it has for it to become in Houston what the culture is in Dallas as far as transfers. They would have to sit down the different circles and just say, you know what? Truce. I throw my hand up in there, guys. Look, I forget. I wipe the slate clean. If a kid want to leave me from now on, he come to you. If you a member and we all in the same, guess what? Go it on. Go it on. I'm a blessing. Just do me a favor. Just don't poach my kids away. And that's part of respect. And if more people probably would do that, because it's just so much sneaky stuff that goes on with a lot of coaches, a lot of people when they're dealing with these kids, not just in scholastic, but in non-scholastic as well. If the respect factor could be restored, and I promise you, it would be a much better place in this society. If only if. That means somebody's coming, they calling you about coming in your practice. Back, I remember instances. It was that people would go and they would call. Those coaches would call other coach. Hey, coach, your kid was at my practice tonight. I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna let you know, buddy. And the coach gonna say, man, it's gonna be a little sticker shock, but he gonna respect that. So I mean, now I'm giving you effort. I'm giving you a notice. Hey man, I don't know what's going on. I ain't asked no question, but he was at my practice tonight. You know, and that's it. Don't guys. Many of you coaches will be here longer than those kids will. And so that means now some coaches look at you sideways, or they ain't got no respect for you because you done something back in the days, and people like, man, and you know what you did to this guy. And it ain't not saying you shouldn't take nobody. Don't say don't take the kids, don't accept them. But at least if y'all done broke bread together, if you have his cell number in your phone, that means you think highly enough of that person or to lock them in and save them in your address book. You dig? So if that's the case, why the hell you got his number or her number in your phone? If you don't think to a certain degree of positiveness to about them, why not erase them, block them, take them off your phone? But if you done broke bread with somebody, if you done shook their hands, you can speak. A lot of people speak without shaking hands. You just do that. Some people and keep on moving. But if you know that if a person is deemed an ally and they have a kid and they coming over to you, guys, give respect to that other coach, man, and call him. Don't text. Don't send an email. Don't get nobody else to do it. You do it yourself. That's your program. I want to get you guys. I want to leave you guys with that. That's one of my pet peeves in the society because it's widespread, especially in grassroots basketball. Especially in grassroots basketball. You know it's bad when some of the females that have the mothers and the parents or the female coaches that's entrusted in the grassroots basketball, they have identified bundled the men and say y'all are worse than the women. That ain't supposed. Women ain't supposed to think of men. Tell them. Tell them, little daddy. Tell them women ain't supposed to think of men like that. You're not supposed to, a woman ain't supposed to not know real man. So I mean, they seeing tendencies that are seeping out you guys' pores, out your mouth, out your ears, out your eyes. They're seeing it. Just like you evaluating these kids, then people evaluating you. Y'all sit around and doing it and expect like ain't nothing wrong. Put your hand behind your back, ain't nothing wrong. Man, I don't know how that kid, man. I ain't call that kid. Yeah, we know you didn't call the damn kid. You had your assistant coach call the kid. You didn't tell him not to bring him. Now the kid at your practice and everybody got a damn cell phone. Everybody got social media. They ain't like the old days when you don't find out till the next day. Before that kid get back home, half the damn city to know it. So now people are bitter already because they wonder why you didn't call him. Man, why you ain't call this dude? Don't say, oh, I'm going to call him in the morning. No. Give respect. And that's where we've lost in this city. That word, respect, it has been totally shattered. People ain't even holding kids. Respect, it goes across the board. You got little kids in the 7th, 8th, 9th grade, 10th grade going down the court, cussing up and down the court at the referee. Cussing up and down the court at the players. Ain't no, and what the respect. Cussing at the other coach, cussing at the referees. Skull clock person missed the point, put it on the wrong side. Kids cussing them out. The respect factor, and ain't nobody correcting these young people. So when you don't correct them, you sit there and you make it seem like they're doing it right.
How can they correct the young people and they worse than the young people?
But that's the respect. Even the coach sometimes can be the one that can correct. The parent can be the one. I've seen a few instances where a parent can walk across that court and snatch their little old kid up and let them know right then.
I'm talking about the coaches and the people over their program. They doing stuff crazy like that. How you expect? We expect somebody to children. Man, these children are what you just said. If you think these mamas is watching these guys. Don't you think these kids watching these guys and the way they move? These kids smart, man. I talked to them, Jimmy. They smarter than I thought they were. They know the guys. These young players, man. Look at it. That man have messed up my whole thing, man. Man. He had some yogurt and put it all over me. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my God. Yeah.
So that's the thing, man.
Said, yeah, let's get out of here, man. But hey, I had a great week, man. I can't wait the next week. Go TSU. I see Doug ain't got his butt on here today. Hey, hold up now. Let me make sure we got a bet, because you know he gonna. I don't want him to welch on me. Hold up.
No, Doug?
Yeah, let's see if we got a bet. Wait a minute. We got a bet? I just want to make sure. I'm going with the new Chris Dishman era. The new Chris Dishman. Some man talking about P-View. You know. P-View, you know. What is it? P-U. What is it? P-V, you know.
Man, all streets eventually come to an end. Remember that.
All streets come to an end?
Eventually.
Okay, you're right. 45 run out into the ocean and end in Dallas. You're right.
So anyway, man, it's that time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing. Hey, man, we come on back. We hopefully them Astros, they're still in first place for 3.5, 4 games, something like that over Seattle. Start a series against Kansas City tonight. You see Alvarez last night. Alvarez hit 3 home runs last night for the Astros. We grooving.
You talking about Jordan?
Yo, daddy. Smacked 3 home runs in one game. First time in history, Al, last night.
Man, I'm glad you can say, Jimmy, I'm out here in blue heaven right now, Jimmy. Did you see? I'll tell you, it was just too many people out there. That's why I ain't go. Did you see Ohtani last night, man? Had his dog throw out the first pitch. His dog, Ohtani, they gave a bobblehead. First of all, they gave a bobblehead.
That little dog. That's his dog?
That's his dog.
I didn't know it was his dog. I saw that mutt run out there on the field.
That's his dog. The dog on the bobblehead with him. You know,
they got the name for the dog. I got they call it.
Jimmy, I'm out here in Blue Heaven, man. Blue Heaven was off the chain last night, man, out here. The traffic, Jim, it's hard to get in and hard to get out.
Astros just signed one of your players from Blue Heaven. We just signed one of y'all.
And nothing but the best for the best. You know what I'm saying? I like the Astros. I'd be going against you and Mendy. I like the Astros. I just want to go against you and Mendy.
Verlander ain't got his. He did good the first time. Didn't get no decision, but the other day he.
Was the wife at the game? See, if she went at the game, yeah.
I didn't watch. They lost 5-0 the other day, but they come back. We lost 5-0, come back and blank their ass 10-0.
10-0.
So that's what the Phillies. That's a little.
Is the Phillies pretty good?
Yeah. What do you mean? Phillies won the World Series.
I'm talking about this year, man.
Yeah, Phillies in first place.
They're in first place? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I haven't been keeping up with baseball at all.
But guess what? I was just saying to you, for the first time, and since baseball, Major League Baseball has been in existence, there's never been a game where one player hit 3 home runs and the pitcher had a no-hitter going to the 7th inning. That has never happened. Through 7 innings. No hitter, 7 innings, and 3 home runs from the same team.
Too much information. Because he didn't wind up with no hitter.
No, the guy hit in the 8th inning. We took him out the game.
Okay then. So I don't want to hear all that 7-inning stuff.
Yeah, but that never happened. That never happened. But Astros, we got a brother from the Dodgers. So that's another black man.
About time.
In the lineup. Because this dude, let me tell you something. Tucker messed up, Al. He messed up. They tried their best to keep it mush and keep it secretive.
What Tucker do, man?
No, they said it was a shin injury, but
he hurt.
Tucker broke something. He dislocated something. He fractured something in that leg for him not to have been back by now. And we know it because otherwise they wouldn't be keep signing and keep
we're gonna get off, but Mark Edwards said he just had a conversation with a dad of a kid who has offers, likes one school, but the NIL business has to be handled. Hey man, this stuff is different, man.
Hey man,
We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we can talk about all that next week and open it up. Make sure you get the parents. They come on over here and join us. Don't forget tomorrow on rcssports.com. Tomorrow we're going to release the schedule for the season opener basketball showcase. That comes out tomorrow. And of course, on Monday, we will drop the girls Super 16 schedule for everybody. That'll be on Monday. Girls Super 16 schedule that takes place on the 14th and the 15th. Meanwhile, this Friday, tomorrow, the season opener. I just left the Campbell Center yesterday. How they got a brand new video board they putting up in there, video screen, be up on the wall. The Campbell Center just finished the football stadium. They playing their first games in that, I think, last week. The Campbell Center got a new engineering station, engineering for the equipment, the audio stuff upstairs, up in the bleachers. They've deleted a section of seats to do that. It's gonna be rocking in that Campbell Center this year, November the 8th and the 9th, the season opener. Thaddeus Moody said he already coming back down. It's an annual occurrence for Thaddeus Moody, and I can't wait to break this schedule for you guys on tomorrow. Off the chain. But anyway, it's time to slide down Dino's back. Yabba dabba, do this thing on this baby Friday. Make sure everybody share the show on the way out the door. We got to get up out of here. Peace, man. Chop shop. We gone.
We out. I can't push the button. Oh, yeah, I can. Now I can.
Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live.